impacts a little bit, so we can get them on camera.
Yep, nope.
I can hear your sound. It's in my headphones. I've just turned the sound off here on my camera.
laughing is the best thing.
She's that type of personality
That's
too.
what I was
that-
thinking, because I was like, I wonder if she'll come tonight.
Yeah.
Like, she shouldn't, but I'm very much that type where it's like, I need a distraction, so.
Not me. I'm the type that would just start bawling in the middle of reading something. I'd be like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Oh,
get
I
very
would be
far.
too.
You feel your feelings. That's probably the healthier option.
Feel all
bury
the
them.
things, okay? Feel them hard.
Yep. And feel other people's feelings.
Yeah.
So much, like, I am such an empath, that's
Yeah.
insane crazy. I take their feelings on and then I feel horrible and cry over things that's not even mine.
I know. I'm trying.
Fictional people, sometimes.
You don't care about other people's feelings, you're like,
Like
I don't
in
even
a
like
sad
my own.
movie, I mean.
I care about them, I just don't know how to react to them, so I just smile or laugh because I'm awkward.
You know, there's no paper towels in the bathroom ever, is there?
There's some right there.
They're all in here.
I've already,
By the
Yeah,
end
you
of
have
the
the
day, they
hand
done
dryer.
ripped them all out. I said, by the end of the day, they probably ripped them all out and threw
they
them in the trash
probably
and-
Or
do.
maybe there's like a temporary ban. Too many kids just wadding
Like
them
kids
off.
wasting,
Stuffing
Even
them
for
That's why they
Spit
got,
laws.
that's why they got air,
clogging the toilets.
that's why they got air dryers in it.
I know,
Like
but
pants.
I took out those trays that makes me talk funny and rinsed them out, and then there was no paper towel. I had to wrap up in toilet paper.
Oh no. We're just waiting on Megan. Was she
Yeah.
going to look for a Bible too?
No,
Oh.
he just took her down to the church to get one.
Okay.
Usually you always travel with
Took
her.
it out of my car, yeah.
I told him he should know better.
I know.
Hey, you better than I
I
don't.
just had so much schlepping, I didn't want to lose it, you know, it was taking
Okay, so
stuff to
where's my
Goodwill and to the
pen?
clothing closet.
You don't want it to accidentally get mixed in.
Right.
I get it,
As a
but
matter of fact, I have Jody's 1991 wedding announcement in that Bible from my parents, yes. There's some things in there that I would be terribly sad to lose.
91.
Yeah. I was right,
I
right?
got
I mean,
out to my car and got my coffee,
I
so
have the
knew they were
announcement in my
making a
car.
Bible run.
Right?
Well, they're,
I think I got
swearing
married in
someone in.
91.
I know
I
that.
told her, left there.
The time is 7:04. We will call the meeting to order, please. Opening roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran?
Here.
Mrs. Coombs?
Here.
Ms. Snyder?
Here,
Mr. Strittmatter?
Here.
Ms. Anderson?
Here.
Mr. Ray?
Here.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the
To the
flag
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. So, as most in the room know, Mayor Hum passed away last Thursday. And he was a great friend and mentor and so much more to me and everyone here, to Lakemore. Great friend of Lakemore and an excellent mayor, and of course it was Tracy's father, our village administrator, Terry's father, Matthew's father. And Tracy, that's why she's not here. So at this moment, I would really appreciate it if we could all take a moment of silence, pray, meditate, think good thoughts, and what have you, but in honor and in memory of Mayor Hum, please. Thank you. Okay. All right, next, we'll move right on into general business. Thank you, everyone. First, we're looking for a motion to accept the minutes from the April 3rd, 2023 council meeting as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from April 3rd, 2023 council meeting as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Heather. Any discussion, council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
We're looking next for a motion to accept purchase orders from April 1st, 2023 to April 14th, 2023, totaling $51,926.83 as presented, not read, please.
I'll make the motion to accept purchase orders from April 1st, 2023 to April 14th, 2023, totaling $51,926.83 as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Laura. Any discussion, council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Thank you, council. We're looking next for a motion to accept bills from April 1st, 2023 to April 14th, 2023, totaling $199,766.65 as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to, I'll make a motion to accept bills from April 1st, 2023 to April 14th, 2023, totaling $199,766.65 as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Heather. Is there any discussion, council?
No, was it 106,000
Yes.
for Akron sewer bill?
Yes.
Okay.
106,000 this last month, right? And then
That was on this, no, it was on this pay, or on
Right.
this
one.
one is
Yeah,
100%.
it went down, what, 40,000?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as opposed to 145,000 we paid last month for
Yeah.
Akron sewer, right?
Correct.
Okay, so over half of our
Yes.
expenditures for the month, again, going to the Akron sewer bill. Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Thank you, council. We're looking next for a motion to accept February 2023 bank reconciliation report as presented and not read, please.
I'll make a motion to accept February's 2023 bank reconciliation report as presented and not read.
I'll second.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Sam. Is there any discussion, council? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, council. We are next moving into the reading of ordinances and resolutions, please.
One question real quick. Thank you. Resolution 7257-2023. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with the Love Insurance and the Ohio Plan for Liability and Property Insurance to be effected from 4/23/2023 through 4/23/2024. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, and State of Ohio, Section 1, the mayor is hereby authorized to enter into a contract with Love Insurance and the Ohio Plan for Liability and Property Insurance Coverage effective from April 23, 2023 through April 23, 2024. Section 2, the fiscal officer is hereby authorized and directed to pay liability and property insurance premiums in amount not to exceed $58,902 for the year. Section 3, a copy of the policy is attached hereto and made part of hereof as is fully rewritten herein. Section 4, this resolution will take effect on the earliest period allowed by law. Resolution 7161-2023. A resolution approves the fire chief to hire Allison Stoll as a full-time firefighter medic with the Lakemore Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, and State of Ohio. Section 1, the council approves to hire Allison Stoll as full-time firefighter medic with the Lakemore Fire Department. Section 2, she will earn $18 per hour and will be provided health insurance after 60 days. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the adoption of this ordinance were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all such deliberations of this council and of any of its committees that resulted in formal action were in meetings open to the public in compliance with all legal requirements, including 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution shall take effect immediately. Resolution 7262, 2023. A resolution approves the fire chief to hire David Phillips as part-time firefighter medic with the Lakemore Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, and State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to hire David Phillips as a part-time firefighter medic with the Lakemore Fire Department. Section 2, Mr. Phillips will serve a 1-year probation. Section 3, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this council concerning and relating to the passage of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this council, and that all deliberations of this council or any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public, in compliance with all legal requirements, including Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code. Section 4, this resolution is declared to be an emergency measure in the interest of the health, peace, and safety of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore. Therefore, this resolution shall take effect immediately. Resolution 7263, 2023. A resolution to amend Resolution 6817, 2018, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Russell and Andrus, LPA, for the legal services as village solicitor. Whereas on August 20th, 2018, this council passed resolution number 6817, 2018, authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement with Walter Haberfield, LLP, for legal services as village solicitor. And whereas the council has determined that resolution number 6817-2018 needs to be amended to include a copy of the legal services agreement between the Village of Lakemore, Ohio, and the Russell and Andrus LPA. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio, Section 1, that the mayor is hereby authorized to enter into an agreement with Russell and Andrus LPA for the legal services as village solicitor. Benjamin G. Chinaki shall serve as the village solicitor for the Village of Lakemore for a period commencing January 1st of 2023. Section 2, a copy of the contract is attached hereto as Exhibit A and incorporated herein fully as it is by reference. Section 3, this resolution is hereby declared to be an emergency in the interest of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore and shall take effect and be in force immediately. Ordinance 1809-2023, an ordinance to amend Ordinance 1557-2016 by increasing the trash rate for the village residents. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, Council approves to amend Ordinance 1557-2016 by increasing the trash rate for the Village of Lakemore. The increase will be effected by the schedule below. July 1st, 2023, $21.69 per month, or $65.07 per quarter. April 1st, 2024, $22.43 per month, or $67.29 per quarter. April 1st, 2025, $23.20 per month, or $69.60 per quarter. April 1st, 2026, $23.99 per month, $71.97 per quarter. Section 2, all ordinance, resolutions, and parts of ordinance and resolutions which are in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed. Those ordinances, resolutions, and parts of ordinance and resolutions which are not in conflict with any provision of this ordinance are hereby expressly accepted from repeal by this ordinance and shall continue in full force and effect until otherwise amended or repealed by council. Section 3, this ordinance shall go in effect on and after the earliest period allowed by law. Ordinance 1812-2023, An ordinance to amend ordinance 1795-2022, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023. Now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the Village of Lakemore, County of Summit, State of Ohio. Section 1, council approves to increase revenues in General Bond Retirement Fund 3101, $56,374 that will be transferred from the general fund to pay for the USDA loans. Section 2, council approves to transfer funds from general fund $8,859 to the general bond retirement fund 3101 for payment for the USDA loan 97-03. Section 3, treasury for payments from any of the foregoing appropriations upon receiving proper certificates and vouchers, therefore approved by the board or officers authorized by law to approve the same or in ordinance or resolutions of council to make the expenditures. Provide that no warrants shall be drawn or paid for salaries or wages except of persons employed by authority of in an ordinance with law or ordinance. It shall be provided further that the appropriations for contingencies can only be expended upon appeal of 2/3 vote of the council for items of the expenses constituting a legal obligation against the village for purposes other than those covered by other specific appropriations herein made. Section 4, this ordinance is hereby declared to be an emergency measure necessary for the immediate preservation of the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the Village of Lakemore, Ohio. Therefore, this ordinance shall go in effect immediately.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Next, we're moving into the mayor's report. I have 2 items to report today. Both upcoming events will be happening on Wednesday, April 26th. The first of which is the Lakemore Food Pantry. The monthly operation will commence at 5 o'clock that afternoon. Again, it's Wednesday, April 26th at Lakemore United Methodist Church. It will run from 5 to 6 p.m. And the second event that same evening is the unskating party, and that's at the Springfield Lake Roller Rink. And that is one of 2 times a year that everything is free, including skates and admission. It is for children, adults, people in general with disabilities. It's the one of 2 nights a year where everyone is allowed to be on the rink's floor on wheelchairs and canes and walkers and whatever the case may be and whatever's necessary for him or her to have a good time. So that's something I really would like to announce. It's a free event. My Rotary Club is sponsoring the drinks and applesauce and some other things that night. I know Marco's is donating, as they always do, the pizza for the participants. So it's going to be a really nice night. So I want to get the word out for that. It's free and primarily geared for people with different disabilities. Okay, that's all I have. We're moving to council.
What time was that?
6 to 8 p.m. Sorry, thanks.
Right.
Thank you. We're moving into council report. I'll start with Council President Laura Cochran.
I just want to report that our next council meetings will be May 1st and May 15th, and each of them will start at 7 o'clock. And that's all I have to report.
Not much on my agenda for tonight. Just sending my condolences to Tracy and her entire family. I did not know him very, very long, but it was an honor to know him the short time that I did. So that is all I have to say. So.
Thanks, Nikki. Go ahead.
My condolences as well. And I'd like to thank, as always, Channel 1023 for covering the local government meetings and events. And their schedule is on the Springfield website, and they also have social media presence on Facebook and all over. Thanks again.
Thanks, Dan. Don.
I'd also like to acknowledge my sincere condolences to the Hum family. Lifetime resident of Lakemore. I grew up around him and the kids. His mom, whatnot. All families are all tied. Everybody's lived in Lakemore. It's kind of one big family. With that said, we also like to announce that our next council workshop will be April 25th and May 10th, each of those at 6 p.m. Those meetings will be held at the Lakemore United Methodist Church. And also to piggyback on Ms. Cochran, the council meetings are held here at the community room at Springfield High School. And with that, I'm moving on.
Thanks, John. Heather.
Alrighty. I would like to also express my condolences for Tracy and her family. They are very much in my thoughts and prayers. I know what it's like to lose a parent, and it is a very hard time in your life. So I pray for their comfort and at this time. I would also like to let everyone know a couple things. Now that gardening is coming up and things like that, the Downtown Akron Library has a seed catalog. Well, it's kind of like how you used to go through the little catalogs and find what you need, but here they have seeds. So anything that you need, you can go in and get seeds to plant. If you're doing your garden, they have all kinds of different varieties and different things. So it might be nice if you're looking into gardening and things, head down there and get some things that can benefit you and your family. Another thing is I would like to welcome everybody tomorrow evening, or Thursday evening. We are doing a Spartan snack packing. We do that every third Thursday of the month at the Boyer Pre-K building now. It is on Pickle Road, and the packing is at 6 o'clock. So if you would want to come and help get the things out, make up the packages. We are currently up to 95, I'm sorry, students that we are able to help a week. So we're making progress, and so we're getting there. But
Heather, did you say tomorrow evening?
I did, but then I had changed that and reiterated it's Thursday.
It is Thursday,
Yes,
okay.
Thursday at the
At 6.
yeah, the Pre-K Center, Boyer, at 6 p.m. I actually would like to also say what a wonderful time we had at the Easter egg hunt. I don't think we've had a public meeting since then, have we?
No, in fact, I have my calendar out because I was going to mention that
Yeah.
also.
'Cause I was
This is
like,
our
I was
first-
thinking we talked about it.
No,
Yeah.
this is
We
our
talked about it
first,
at our
it
workshop.
is our first meeting since.
That's what I was thinking.
since
I'm like,
the
wait a minute.
Easter egg.
Yeah, so
hunt.
I think the kids had a wonderful, wonderful time. Everybody got lots of candy. The kids were happy. The parents were happy. It was a beautiful day. They got to have it out at the football field. So it was a great time. So I am so glad we are able to do this for the kids in our community and stuff. And then the other thing is, following that Easter egg hunt, we were able to go and get a private tour at Tyler's Redemption up here where the old Sunshine Cottages were, things like that. They had an open house just this past Sunday, and oh my gosh, what a beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful. The programs that they're going to be implementing and the meetings that they're going to be able to do, I think will not only benefit our community but surrounding communities as well, as they have their outreach in helping people with their addictions and things like that. They just have put a lot of thought and effort into the things that they want to accomplish to help people in their journey of recovery. I was really thoroughly impressed with the salt room. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait
I want to go
to
there.
do that. So that will be open to the public, the salt room, and I believe that it's like $25 per person or something that they're going to be able to do. So just a beautiful building, beautiful, people running it. Shelley and her husband, Travis. Such a wonderful family, such a touching story. So I am so glad they're able to, bring something positive out of such a tragedy for their family and being able to help other people. So I think with that, I am pretty much done.
Awesome, thanks Heather. Sam?
All right, cool. I too want to send my condolences to Tracy and her family. And I was trying to get your attention.
No, hi, I
about
got
the
something in my
Easter egg
eye,
hunt,
so I'm
because, like,
just
I wanted
hey,
you to,
don't mind
like,
me over here with one eyeball.
thank you guys, council, anybody that helped out with it. Stuffing
much
the
fun.
eggs,
We did have a
bringing the
great time.
candy. Thank you, Laura, for taking all of our orders and buying the candy. And
And thanks
Rich,
to the Easter Bunny.
yeah,
Yes.
thank you to the Easter Bunny.
I'm winking at you. I'm not really, but I do have something in my eye. I'm sorry. It was a really great time,
But
and you
no.
know what? All the
Yeah.
kids had full baskets, which we actually heard from a lot of kids
Oh, yeah.
that they were at other Easter egg hunts and they got
Came
one or
with
two
four.
eggs.
I heard 4.
Yeah, so they
Right.
all made out, and I think that
Yeah.
was the best part is that they probably went to other Easter egg hunts, and it was the perfect amount of kids. So they
Right.
all. I mean,
Got a
it was
basket full,
like
yeah.
Halloween
Yeah.
when my kids got home.
sure.
They had a whole
So,
basket full of stuff.
I
It was nice.
appreciate everybody's help on that, and
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys for organizing it too. I know that you guys did a lot of things behind the scenes.
We all
so.
had, I mean, we were all there, and it was so nice. We all, as council, we all go and have fun, and we're not, how do I say this? Not forced. We all enjoyed it and have
Right.
fun, and we all work together, and that's something that,
For
you
sure.
know. So, thanks, guys.
It was a 5-pound day.
So I also want to remind everybody to not rake or blow leaves and debris into roadways and waterways. Just that avoids negative effects on Springfield Lake and all of our drainage systems too. I don't think that we have too many catch basins that are like out and about, but we definitely, filling those as well as ditches up can kind of impact all of the saturation and stuff. So, and then I also just wanted to make a quick mention. I know that the 17th we had the pickup day, but Kimball also does like mass or bulk pickups every week as long as you call ahead. So, and they pick up at least one piece of furniture or up to one piece of furniture per week too that you have. It just needs to be covered. So, but I just wanted to put it out there for anybody that might have missed this Monday, such as me that was just out of town. So, but that's all I got.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to piggyback off something that was brought up about the seeds in the garden, community garden.
Good catch.
We,
Yeah.
Dad's been down there cleaning up, getting the plots ready for everybody.
catch.
I've been seeing them.
There's applications I think will be online to apply for a spot. So get them in while you can. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, and then there's just a small fee attached with that too, right? Like for
I
renting.
don't think so.
I don't
No,
think
no,
so.
No, there's no
Okay,
fee
cool.
for it.
Free,
It's
free,
no,
free.
It's free.
Yeah, it's just
There you
first
go.
come,
There's your
Free,
plug.
you got the
It's
small
free.
plots.
First
You
come,
can-
first
I
served.
think you can get up to one or two.
And
if
you can
I'm
go
not
to the library and
mistaken.
get your free seats. How about
True,
that?
and I appreciate your dad going down there every year.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know, I
And
always
start-
see him
He
down there.
enjoys
He
it.
loves
Yeah.
it.
I don't know why, but he does.
Hey,
He's good.
That's what I'm gonna do when
Cathartic.
I retire. I'm gonna go down to the garden, right?
Also with the seeds, because I know that with the recent expiration of the additional food stamps, you also, with inflation and things like that, it's hitting a lot of families really hard. So, but one of the things is with being able to have the community garden and things like that, and if you can't normally get to downtown, you can also use your Ohio Directions cards to purchase seeds and also seedlings. So a lot of times Mark's, in the beginning of the season, they will have like little tomato plants and pepper plants and things like that. So if they have those, a place that they have them and they also accept the Ohio Directions card, you can get the little plants, the little starter plants, and additional seeds that all that, so if you're looking for a way to be able to provide for your family, since, they've cut out the additional, benefits on the food card, that might be a way to look into possibly, being able to get fresh fruits and vegetables for your family, so.
I do have one more thing before we move on.
I do too, but go ahead.
Okay, I have a text I'm going to read. This is from Springfield trustee Kelly Chapman.
Okay.
Hi, Lakemore friends. We are doing the lake cleanup in and around Springfield Lake on Saturday, April 29th at 10 a.m. A lot of the cleanup is going to be in Lakemore. We would love to invite anyone who's willing to help. So anyone in Lakemore, if you want to do a spring cleanup, help with it, be down at the lake at 10 a.m. on the 29th. So that's always a good place to start to help clean up your community, or just grab a bag and head out down your street or a park
Yeah.
or any place you want to help.
We help cook off a good year for the lake,
Mhm.
since, things are starting to clear up,
Yes,
and it'll be usable.
and that's all I have.
Cool.
Anyone else?
Okay.
I just have one thing that I hadn't mentioned earlier. This Saturday, Springfield High School is going to be hosting the Rotary District's four-way test speech competition. And another shout out to our TV station here. They're going to be covering that. I'm really thrilled and thankful for that. So make sure you tune in and watch at least the final round from sure, which will be from 1 to 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. It'll have the top 7 speakers competing for a few $1,000s in prize money. So it's a really a big deal. And I know that Springfield High School has sent at least 2 qualified to this next round. And there's people from Chardon, to Medina, to everywhere, all the different local high
Where's it gonna
schools. Right here in the auditorium.
Wow, it's gonna
Yeah.
be here, okay.
There's
I
going to be
didn't catch up.
hundreds of people here.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
And this is paid for by the Rotary. It's not a cost to the high school, like we're paying for the cafeteria workers and the
Right.
staffing and such. So it's not going to be a drain on the local school district. I know we have a levy coming up, so I don't want people to get the wrong idea, the wrong impression. It's being paid for, by everyone's time, including Frank's if you're going to charge us. Okay, that's all I have, guys.
Okay.
Thank you. Next, appearing before council, we have Mr. Litzinger. Would you please approach the podium, state your full name and address, and speak your mind for 3 minutes to talk about storm, sewer, and street repair, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is Lenny Litzinger. I reside with my wife at 2573 Harlan Avenue, Lakemore. Been a resident there on Harlan Avenue for 6 years now. And I'd like to thank the council for the opportunity to address it tonight. And as a concerned citizen, we sort of reached our dew point in regards to, we have patiently waited for improvements to our road and infrastructure. And it's been a forgotten street because it's a dead end. Got a lot of turnarounds in our driveway, but it's in dire need of repair. And we've been promised a storm sewer that Lakemore several years ago cut and removed. And runoff water comes freely across from Catherine Avenue through my son-in-law and daughter's property onto Harlan Avenue in an abandoned catch basin that leads to nowhere and goes directly across my property into Springfield Lake. It's been that way for years. And I granted a right-of-way, was approached by Tracy, and I gave the Village of Lakemore a right-of-way on my property to address that storm sewer. And it was a pipe from years ago, apparently it was a farm there, and that was the beach front for the old Springfield Lake. And somehow, back in the day, there was a right-of-way or a pipe running from that storm sewer, the abandoned storm sewer, on my property that, went into the lake and nobody knew about it. So I had Gene come over and pump that catch basin out, which is constantly filled. It's filled now. And lo and behold, we found that line going onto my property that came out of the storm sewer. Why they cut and abandoned it without replacing it, I don't know. But there's a lot of affluents coming across that property into the Springfield Lake. And I spent a lot of money building this house there and everything, and I don't want to see this. There's erosion taking place, and the water's still coming across. Hasn't been addressed. Like I said, I signed the right-of-way. You know, I see improvements on the administration building, and I'm happy for that. But in my eyes, things on the infrastructure that address the citizens and taxpayers should be addressed too. I know it cost a lot of money. I'm in the lumber business, and that addition wasn't cheap. Now, I believe the funding, I don't know, came out of capital improvements or where the funds came from for that improvement. But there should be money readily available to at least chip and seal and address that storm sewer in line. The company came, Hanson, I believe it was, and surveyed and put stakes in for the storm sewer. Haven't heard anything since. And I'd like to, you know, have some action on this before the EPA gets involved, because they will get involved when they see this effluence running into the lake. And it should be addressed. Well, I want to thank you for
Well,
hearing my concerns.
Thank you for bringing
Absolutely.
it to our
Yeah.
attention.
Thank you.
And I would just ask that you give us at least a week. Our village administrator, Tracy, is the one that would address this. And this is a bad week for her this week.
Right, I
If you-
appreciate that.
Give us a week until she comes back, until things with her family is a little better. And in the meantime, you know, maybe we can get together with somebody, but she basically is the one that we also need to talk to. So we will take, you know, at least come and talk to you. Are you there during the day, or?
I still work, but my wife is there most of the time, and I am available. And Tracy has been open in dialogue with me, and she approached me for that right-of-way once she saw that.
Right, I remember that
And
right away.
I granted that, and since that time, thankfully, we've replaced that antiquated sewer line.
Right.
And I let them have access to my lakefront property. They drilled the horizontal drill and put the new line in there. Thank God for all of us, you know. I don't have to worry about catching a fish out there with 3 eyes or an antler or something, you know. So I appreciate that, but I think it should be reciprocal in regards to that Harlan Avenue. It's in dire need of repair.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, we will discuss it with her when she comes back.
My condolences to her family.
Well,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Thank
Just
you.
this right now is just like the
Sure.
worst week.
Yeah.
So we will talk about it at our workshop.
Yeah.
And then with the appropriate persons,
Sure.
Jean, and,
Yeah. Absolutely. But
and, you know,
we are
you're also part of the, you know, on the DOPS committee, so.
liaison. Yeah, so, for
So-
sure, but we are improving at least 3 streets. We voted on that a couple meetings ago, if not the last meeting.
I'm not sure Harlan.
I saw that
It's not
Josephine.
Harlan, it's Josephine, it's Mohican.
Correct, but if
Uh-huh.
he's got a problem, we need to look at it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that
When
that
was-
storm sewer has to be
When was
addressed.
the last time you had dialogue with Tracy on this matter?
It's been this past early fall.
Early
You know,
fall.
Hanson came up and surveyed, put some stakes in, and she said it's going to be addressed. I talked to Gene about it. I said, what's the progress on the storm sewer? And he said, it's hung up, you know, in council or whatever. He gave me a lot of excuses. I had him pump out that, or clean out that catch basin again, and it's full again. So
I'm not sure that that's accurate, that it, about, people always say it's hung up in council unless you come and
well,
talk to
it,
us.
maybe
Yeah.
I
But-
misspoke. He said it was tied up, you know,
It
and
could be, well, that could be, the money could be tied up, but
Yeah.
we will definitely take,
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of action, but at least we'll come up and look at it, talk about it,
right.
talk to the appropriate people and see what we can come up with that would hopefully work.
Yeah, I don't know why years ago that they actually cut that storm sewer and just
know.
abandoned it. I mean, that,
We certainly don't know either.
But-
I don't know.
Well, we should probably get to the bottom of it.
But
huh?
we'll
Yeah.
see if we can get a plan.
Literally,
Some
get
kind
to
of
the bottom
action
of it.
plan.
Thank
Yes. Well, that's exactly, when somebody has a problem.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you do. You come to council, you tell us what's going on so that we all hear it. And we say, hey, Richard, remember our guest that came? Like, has
Absolutely.
anything happened with that? You know, so we can
Absolutely.
also keep everybody on it too. Because Tracy is the one that it knows all of.
The details of the
Yes,
hangups
so
and where
even
all
when
the
you're saying
projects are.
streets and all that, I'm like, huh, where is that?
And I'm sure if you have a security camera, you're gonna see me walking around there
She's
tomorrow.
like, now I
Yeah.
wanna see how full it is, I'm gonna go over there and
So-
look, so.
I'll let
thank
you bring your
for coming.
fishing rod down.
No, that's all right.
I've
I don't
seen
fish.
Mayor Cole and his wife drive up Harlan
We do.
to notice the progress of my house,
I love it.
and, you know, I'm proud of that.
I drive every street in Lakemore once a week.
There you go.
I can tell you which roads are worse than Harlan, and it's not the best road, but it's not the worst either. But that's not for, not for here nor
You
there.
hit that,
It's
you hit
just-
that sinkhole in front of that catch basin, you'll.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah.
The 3 minutes is up.
We're good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Lucio.
you.
Thank you so much. And we will get on it.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
3573.
Yeah, Mrs. Cochran, you have one, and Mr. Strittmatter
2573.
has one under old business, and then we're moving to new business. Thank you. Go ahead, Laura.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7257-2023, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Love Insurance and the Ohio Plan for Liability and Property Insurance to be effective from 4/23/2023 through 4/23/2024.
A second.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, John. Any discussion on that? Roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coombs?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 1809-2023, an ordinance to amend ordinance 1557-2016 by increasing the trash rates for the village residents.
I'll second.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Laura. Any discussion on this, guys?
This amendment was, we had a rate that was like, I'm gonna roughly give you $5, and we have now lowered it down to 323, the increase from $5 went down to 323
We
increase.
discussed this.
And we
for
discussed this for
weeks.
quite a while, so.
Yeah, I would like to, we did discuss this, in the last meeting that I had raised my concerns. I had said that we had not discussed it, but we did. So I need to make a clarification as to, what I was meaning. So the night that we decided to table this, like I said, we had talked about it, but where the $3.23, where that had come from, I had asked Tracy, and she had given me an answer, and it was my misunderstanding as to what she was meaning. So, so therefore, I didn't understand the miscommunication and things like that. So it wasn't that Tracy or Rich or anybody wasn't doing their job or whatever. It was just, there was a lot of information to try to take in, and, you know, a lot of things to try to discuss. So I wanted to apologize, because I don't want people to say, well, you guys just willy-nilly did this and things like that. No, there was discussions. It was just a misunderstanding, and that's why I was looking for clarification on things. And then when we were able to table it and go back in, and I was able to get those clarifications, and we was able to you know, to take care of that, you know, then things went, you know, was understood a little bit more. And I think
All around.
all around, yes, because I think there was still questions from others as well. So I'm glad that we were able to table this and get everybody's questions.
Yeah.
Is everyone comfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think everybody now is comfortable with,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna save something till when we actually vote, but other than that, so.
okay.
Okay, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
All right. Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
I just would like to say, while the $3.23 may be legally permissible, and I understand why we need this, that it does not cover everything that the village needs to do and everything. So while it might be illegal, just my morals or my understanding, I just cannot vote yes on this. So, just my conscience won't allow it. So my vote is no. So I apologize, but, you know, at the end of the day,
Heather, you gotta vote the way, everyone has to
Yeah.
vote the way they have to
Yeah,
vote.
you don't
Yes.
have to explain yourself.
yeah.
Absolutely, you do
So
not
I just,
to us.
I kind of feel like I do, because it's like,
No.
I understand we need this, but I also understand this is putting, you know, a little bit more hardship, especially with the people that, you know, are already struggling with everything and the costs and, you know, they have only so much that they can spend and everything is going up and things like that. So just, it's just gonna have to be a no for me.
Okay.
So.
Mr. Ray?
Yes. Okay, thank you, council. We're next moving into new business. Mrs. Cochran, you have 3. Ms. Anderson, you have 1. If you wouldn't mind just going away. Thank you.
There is a typo on this one, so I'm gonna read it as corrected,
Okay.
okay? All right. I'm gonna make a motion to adopt resolution number 7261-2023. A resolution approving the fire chief to hire Allison Stoll as full-time firefighter medic with the Lakemore Fire Department. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I'll second.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, John. Takes 5. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
And Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
All right.
I'll second the original.
Thank you, John.
John, any discussion?
No, I just hope I got her last name correct. Is that Stoll? Okay.
Okay, roll call, please.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Heck yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Welcome home. Well, welcome to full-time.
Yes. She's young, but she's gonna be a real asset to our department.
For sure, she already is.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7262-2023, a resolution approving the fire chief to hire David Phillips as part-time firefighter medic with the Lakemore Fire Department. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I'll second.
Thank you, John.
Takes 5. Roll call, please.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Second the original.
Thank you, John.
John, any discussion?
Again, we're gonna welcome him too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bring everybody in, the more the merrier, we need you.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, council.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt resolution number 7263-2023, a resolution to amend resolution 6817-2018, authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Rotzel and Andrus LPA for legal services as village solicitor. But first, I'd like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I'll second.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you. Takes 5. Roll call, please.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes. I'll second the original.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you. Any discussion?
This is just a
A change in the firm name.
change in the firm,
Or
not
he
changing
went-
our attorney. He just,
No, we're not changing the
Correct.
attorney, the whole
That's
firm
what I
went
just
to, is it called Rotzel?
Retzel,
Retzel. They just merged with a different firm.
the department did, yeah.
Yeah, the whole,
I just didn't want anybody to think we were just,
nope, we're not changing lawyers.
Nope. We love Ben. So, And happy that you moved to this firm. It seems to be better working out.
They have
so.
a nice office right here downtown, which is
Good.
nice. Okay, no more discussion. We'll call the roll, please.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Okay. Heather, you're up.
All right, I would like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 1812-2023, an ordinance to amend ordinance 1795-2022, make appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the Village of Lakemore, State of Ohio, during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023. But first, I would like to make a motion to dispense with the 3 reads.
I'll second.
Thanks. Takes 5. Council, roll call, please.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
I'll second the original.
Thanks. Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, so a lot of this is pertaining to the USDA loan, and our speaker this evening had brought up as to, the infrastructure and, we have funding to build the buildings and things like that. So sometimes, not saying you, but a lot of people that I have seen have said, well, you have money to build these new buildings and you can't, you can't fix the infrastructure. A lot of people don't understand that the USDA loans has to go only towards building.
Construction.
Only has to, construction and things like that. So we would have to go out once we completely get all reports back and come up with the plan with our engineers and things like that. Then we have to go out and get the funding for those. But a lot of the people have questioned, why are we doing this when there is other things that the infrastructure, but we cannot use the USDA loans to do infrastructure things. And we got really good rates with the USDA, and we had to do a lot of fix-ups with the buildings. I mean, our fire chief, when it would snow in his
snowed
office.
in his office, yeah.
The windows would
He didn't
push
even
out.
have an office, basically. It was just the
You
yeah.
touched the windows and they fell out?
Yes.
We're trying to run a full-time fire department now out of a building that was built for a volunteer fire department, a village administration, and police department all in one.
Over
Yes.
50 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
The building was built in 1970 or.
Yeah, I mean, the electric was constantly going out, they couldn't
We
run
had no
certain things.
Wi-Fi.
There were,
You just can't, it just.
yeah, it just was
And
impossible.
wasn't it like at a 2% rate, something?
Yes, it was
something?
very,
It was-
very low.
Less than that, but yeah.
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 So,
Yeah, you can't redo that now.
it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, in my
Yes.
opinion, for us to do.
Yeah, so.
We could not use that money, that grant on
Yes.
the infrastructure.
Yeah,
Correct.
on anything else.
While we would love to, I mean, that
was
is,
not- yeah.
that would be phenomenal to be able to help, with the sewer and the water lines and roads and things like that. But the USDA only covers buildings and construction. So this was the best way is to be able to add on to the police department for the administrative building, add on to the police department because we have more police officers and more equipment now because we have more residents in the village. And one of the nice things is with the fire department, we couldn't do this before. They were wanting to, have like classes and go together with the Akron Public School, or not public schools, but the University of Akron to hold classes and things like that. And just the electrical infrastructure wouldn't.
The heat was outdated, the heating
Yeah.
and cooling system.
We didn't have a cooling system,
We
right?
didn't have
Yeah,
one.
yes,
It
so.
just-
I shared a desk with Tracy and we shared a room with
Yeah,
Megan.
yeah,
The three of us.
so, I mean,
A cubby.
Yeah.
And there is no community center being built, so when you
Correct.
read all that stuff, that's
Yeah.
not happening.
No.
yes,
As
But
you,
we
as
are
you know,
like-
because you said you were in construction,
yeah,
this loan and the blueprints and everything were done prior to. So we had the grand plans of the community center and this building and this building and this building, and then
Then
the supply chain and the
stupid
prices
COVID
tripled
happened.
Yeah.
more and more.
The world.
So we made a lot of cutbacks. We went with what was most important to be
We
done,
have a swearing in.
you know, and
Yeah.
We better
Yeah.
do it
Um,
before we get called.
But I just,
we need to move on.
yeah, but I just wanted to bring that up so that, you know, especially because this is covering, you know, one of the USDA loan payments, and he had brought it up, so I
Right.
just wanted to
Sure.
make sure that, you know,
But
and there was a lot of misinformation
Right.
out
But
there.
that's
so.
not to say when there's money to be had, we don't go after it. I mean, we
Absolutely.
absolutely go
We've
after it.
gotten many
Like
grants.
the $880,000 in grant money that we got for Sanitarium Road.
Yes, yes.
You know, to pave
Yeah.
from Canton Road all the way down
Right.
around
And-
to the lake.
And a lot of it is, a lot of the things, I'm trying to hurry, but we can't go after the money, or we can't do these things until we have like a plan in place. So we're still working with the engineers and coming up with plans as to what needs done, and Tracy sent letters out to homeowners as far as fixing what was on the smoke test. So it's a work in progress, and it's not until we get back the final things as to figuring out where the issues are with the infrastructure, then we can go from there and request the grant money, because we don't even know how much to ask for right now. We don't even know.
But we're working on
But
it,
we're-
I mean.
Yes, yeah, so we're working to come up with the plan in order to
Right.
be able to know where we can look and get the funding.
Absolutely.
So,
Okay.
all right,
Roll call, please.
Okay. Okay, are we ready?
yes,
Oh, wow.
I'll stop.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'll make a motion
Go with it.
to dispense with the regular order of
I'll
business.
second.
For the purpose of?
For the purpose of swearing in Allison with the Lakemore Fire Department as a full-timer.
Yes.
Yay!
I'll second.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Go ahead, yeah.
Wherever you want. Do you want to go in front of the flag for a picture? Do you want to, do you have anyone special you want to hold the Bible?
Oh, I
So you
told
want
you.
the chief too? You want anybody here? Family?
Gotta have somebody.
Mom has to come.
She said.
Yeah, go ahead and go up
In the-
there.
in the
You
front,
get-
please.
You get to hold the Bible for her.
Thank you. Okay, which hand, Laura?
The left hand on the Bible, the right hand goes up.
Left hand on the Bible, right hand goes up. She always hollers, so.
Yeah.
We got it right. No,
Doesn't
wait for her approval. Right hand up, please.
Yes, or it's
Thank
not,
you.
or it's not
Thank
real.
So repeat after me, please. I, state your name.
Last name?
Allison Stoll, very good. Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of fire medic
of fireman
as a member of
as a member of
the Lakemore Fire Department,
the Lakemore Fire
to the best of my ability,
Department, to the best of my ability,
to serve my commanding officers,
to serve my commanding officers,
fellow department members,
fellow department members,
and residents
and residents
with respect and dignity,
with respect and
and to uphold the laws
and uphold the laws
and Constitution
and Constitution
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
and the ordinances
and ordinances
of the Village of Lakemore.
of the village of
So help me God.
So,
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah,
team,
it's wonderful.
congratulations,
Yep.
girl power.
Thanks, Mom, for holding the Bible.
Hey, Chief, you gonna get a picture?
Yeah, you guys,
Let them get it with their family first.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll do that after we get back and
After we come
conclude the
back.
meeting.
Okay, I'll make a motion to return to the regular order of business.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Hold on.
We'll wrap up in like 30 seconds, honestly, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't jinx it.
Mr.
Ray?
Yes.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coons?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Okay, executive session?
None.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Pick one, someone second.
One is, that is the second one.
All
And
right.
second. Oh, Nikki, Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cochran?
Yes.
Mrs. Coombs?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Mr. Strittmatter?
Yes.
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, it's a wrap. Thanks, Council. You gonna sign it?
Congratulations, team girls.
Ms. Stoll?